Yo, what's good, y'all? In today's video, I'm about to show you guys how to make a taser. Very simple, honestly, just re-scripted the scripts I use for my gun systems and stuff. So yeah, if you've seen those other videos about when I showed you how to make guns and stuff, you'll see it looks very similar stuff. So yeah, let's get straight into it. First things first. The animations I'm using are for R15 rigs. I just want to let you know they're for R15. Now, this system can still work for if you're using R6. You would just need to find your own animations. That's just it. That's the only thing. You just need to find your own animations, but it should still work for R6 regardless. But anyway, first things first, of course, we're going to need a rig to, test the taser on. So you can head on over to Avatar, click Rig Builder, then click whatever rig you want, right? And I just have my rig here in the workspace. Then we're going to need a remote event. And then we can name it gun event, right? So just insert a remote event, name it gun event, and then we're done with replicated storage. Then we're going to need a taser prong. If you don't know what a taser prong is, this is like, I guess you could say like the kind of bullet that is inside of a taser, that fires out of a taser and stuff, right? Like before, a person gets tased. So it's literally just a part. It's just a part. I made it cyan. I made the color cyan and made the material neon or cyan, however you pronounce it. And stuff. Of course, make sure you can't collide. You turn can't collide off and make sure it is not anchored. And yeah, those are all the real properties you really need. And then you can just put it back and put it in server storage, right? Then you're gonna need a gun. So bring this here. Simply, I just made a gun out of parts because I'm not a modeler or anything. So this is simply just the gun, right? This is simply the gun. You want to have your reload sound. This is the sound you're going to use for whenever you reload the taser and stuff. I mean, it kind of is a reload sound for a gun, but it was just like I couldn't really find a taser reload sound, so I was just going to use this. So pretty much to make the gun, it's not really that difficult. You just got to have, these are all just regular parts, right? You want to have a handle part. You want to set this invisible. This is where the player's hand is going to be when they're holding the part, right? So you want to set its transparency to 1 and make sure can't collide is turned off, and then name it handle. And then, of course, you want to weld everything together. Like, I've welded the handle to that part, then the start, which is right here. This is where the bullet, or I guess you could say the taser prong, will fire from. So you want to name that part start, right? This is where it's going to exit. It's going to leave the gun or taser, and then it's going to proceed in the direction of wherever you're firing, right? Then you have the trigger, which is the part down here. Then just the middle. And yeah, all of these parts are welded together. So yeah, you would just insert a weld constraint, and then you would make part 0, whatever part is parented to, and then just weld. Like, it's just pretty self-explanatory on how to weld, but yeah. Then I have a gun GUI. It's very simple. This is how I display the ammo and stuff. I'll get into the scripting later, but for right now, yeah. So when you have the gun like ready and everything, remember it is a tool, so you're gonna go ahead and put it in starter pack. Now inside of the gun, you're gonna want to have attributes, right? We're gonna have ammo, max ammo. This is the, I guess you could say, the starting ammo. Then this is the maximum amount of ammo you can have, right? You would simply click add attribute when you scroll down the tool, then insert a number value, then name it ammo, max ammo, and set its value equal to 1. Well, maybe for you guys' game you want to have it so like a person can have multiple like bullets fired and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure, but it's honestly up to y'all. It's honestly up to y'all for whatever it is, you're trying to go for. So, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, so yeah. So once you name it gun and everything, and then you have your gun GUI, you can, yeah, we just leave it gun GUI. I can put this in starter GUI, and then I can leave this right here, and then you guys will see that it's blank right now because we kind of have to fill it in with like scripting and stuff, right? So simply you want to just have a screen GUI, insert a screen GUI into starter GUI, name it gun GUI, then name it gun frame, insert a frame into gun GUI, right? And then name it gun frame. Then inside of that frame you can have a UI grid layout, and then the ammo amount text label, which is like, it's going to display your current ammo amount and then the maximum amount of bullets or taser prongs you can have, right? Then here are the settings I went for. If you guys are not settings, I guess the properties, yeah, for positioning and sizing and stuff if you guys were interested. And yeah, so yeah, when you're done with that, you would just put that inside the gun. Now we can get into the actual scripting part. And lastly, of course, I have the taser sound. This is the sound it makes when you fire the taser and stuff. I simply just went to the toolbox, searched up taser, taser and audio, and I got this audio, and I got this audio. It's that simple. You can honestly you get all your sounds and animations from the toolbox stuff. But yeah, let's get straight into the actual scripting. We're gonna go ahead and insert a local script into the gun tool. Then we're going to insert the reload audio into the script, because that's how we're gonna play it, right? So we're going to name this taser script local, right? We can delete print hello world, and then we're gonna need to make about like 5 variables. So first things first, we're going to of course reference the tool. So local tool is equal to script dot parent. Then we're going to get the local player. So local player is equal to game dot players dot local player. Then we're going to get our remote event. So local gun event is equal to game.replicated storage wait for child gun event. Then we're going to get the user input service. So local UIS is equal to game get service user input service. We're going to use this to create the reload function. Then we're going to make a variable to check if whether or not we're currently reloading. So local reloading by default, we'll set it to false. It'll be a Boolean value. Then we're going to set the function for when a player equips the taser. So script dot parent, or sorry, not script dot parent. We could just do tool. So tool equipped connect function close parentheses then enter, and we're gonna say tool dot gun GUI dot parent is equal to player dot player GUI. We're changing the gun GUI's parent from the tool, because the player obviously can't see the GUI to the tool. We're changing it to the player's GUI so they can then see, because the player should only be able to really see how much ammo they have in the gun if they have the gun equipped, right? Then we're going to set the ammo amount. Like we're gonna like to display it, the current ammo amount. So we're gonna say player GUI. Make sure you pay attention to what you're typing, because this won't autofill. Dot gun GUI dot gun frame dot ammo amount text label dot text is equal to toString. This is going to be a lot, but luckily we can just copy and paste this later on. We're in the tool, we're going to do get attribute, and we're going to say ammo. Then we're going to go right here, we're going to put 2 dots, or actually we can really go on the outside, actually, yeah, 2 dots, quotation marks, a slash, separate the two, then some more dots, then do toString, then you're pretty much doing the same thing, but instead we're getting the max ammo. So tool get attribute max ammo, and boom, just like that, we are done with the first function. Now onto the second one, the one we unequip it. So tool dot unequipped connect function and then close parentheses enter. Then we're going to say player dot player GUI dot spelled that wrong, gun GUI dot parent is equal to the tool. We're going to reparent it back to the tool, right? And then when we're done there, I'm going to move on to the next function. So of course we're going to need to set the function for when the player actually clicks while they have the tool equipped. Pretty much they're trying to fire the taser. So tool dot activated connect function, then close parentheses, and then we need to check if whether or not the player has if the gun currently has ammo in it, currently be fired and stuff, because obviously if they've run out of bullets or prongs in this case, they wouldn't be able to fire it. So we're gonna say if tool gets attribute, similar to what we did up there, if tool attributes ammo is greater than or equal to 1 and reloading is equal to false, because obviously we wouldn't want someone trying to fire a gun while reloading at the same time, because that wouldn't make sense, right? We're going to get the start position. So local start position, we're going to make 2 variables. So start position is equal to tool dot start dot position. Then we're going to get the end position. Local end position is equal to player get mouse. This is where the player variable comes into play. Dot hit dot position. Then we're going to skip 2 lines. We're going to fire the remote event. So gun event, we're going to fire server. Then we're going to say shoot, right? Because we're going to have 2 events that we're going to have on the client and server side. When you're shooting the taser as well as when you're reloading the taser. So we're going to say shoot. We're going to send over the tool. We're going to send over the start position, and lastly we're going to send over the end position, right? And just like that, we are done with that function. Moving on to the next function. This is how we'll make it so that we can reload the taser, right? So this is where the user input service comes into play. So we're going to say UIS that input began connect function in parentheses. We're going to put input, then enter. Then we're going to say if user if wait oh sorry if input dot user input type is equal to enum dot user input type, then I'm sorry guys, I'm tripping. Anyway, that keyboard, then if input dot key code is equal to enum dot key code. Of course we're going to set it to R, because you know R is usually what people go with when they're reloading and stuff. And player dot character find first child, we're going to go with tool dot name, because we need to make sure that the player, you know, has the gun in hand and stuff, right? And then we're also going to add something in, because I honestly didn't think about this until a little while ago. But yeah, we're going to add input process, I believe, right? And then we're going to say right here, we're going to say and input process equals to false. Pretty much what this means, it returns a Boolean value, right? Which Boolean means true or false. The value is either going to be true or false. So when this is true, then that means the player is typing in chat. If it's false, that means like the player is just like, you know, moving around, like they're pressing the key without, like they're not typing, they're just pressing the key, if that kind of makes sense, right? Because obviously if you're typing in chat and you type a word that has the letter R in it, you would trigger the reload if you didn't have that in. So yeah. So then we're going to of course set reloading. We're going to set the reloading Boolean value set to true, right? Because we're currently reloading. Then we're going to fire their mode event again. So then event fire server, and this time is going to be called reload. Then we're going to send over the tool that we want to reload. Then we are going to, of course, change the text. So player.playerGUI.gun.gun frame.ammo, ammo amount text label dot text is of course going to be set to reloading you know, to indicate that the player is currently reloading the gun. We're going to have a wait, so wait 0.5 seconds and stuff. You guys can mess around with the wait times if you want the reload time to be, you know, longer for reloading the taser, or if you don't want a reload time, you could just remove it and stuff. But I'm gonna just have a little 0.5 to a second cooldown on reloading. Then of course we're going to set reloading back to false, right? And then we have just one more function, and this is going to be fired on the client and stuff, right? So for our last function, before we get to the server script, we're going to say gun event dot on client event connect a function. In parentheses, we're going to put event type, similar to what we're going to do on the server side as well. We're going to say if event type is equal to shoot, then player dot player GUI gun GUI. Actually, we can really just copy and paste this. We can honestly go up here and copy and paste this. Where is it? Right here. Yeah. So just select it, copy or Control C, and then just Control V or paste, whatever you want to do. Right. You can literally just copy and paste this. Then you're gonna go right here, press Enter, and then we're gonna use an else if. So else if event type is equal to reload, then we're gonna do the same thing. So we can paste this here. But the only difference is we're going to put a wait, because it's going to take a second to, you know, reload the gun. So we're going to wait 0.5 seconds. So of course we want to wait, because if we didn't use a wait, it would just display the current ammo as like 0, because you're trying to display the current ammo when the gun hasn't finished reloading, right? So we are done on the local side. We're done. So we can go ahead and close the script out, and we can get to the server side scripting. So let's head on over to server script service and insert a server script. You guys can name this Taser script, and parentheses, we're going to put server. Then we're going to delete print hello world, and we're going to get into a couple variables. We're going to need to get some services, the remote event, and of course get the animations. So first things first, we're going to get the remote event. So local gun event is equal to game.replicated storage, wait for child gun event. Moving on, we're going to get the taser prong from server storage. So local taser prong is equal to game.server storage, wait for child, taser prong. Once again, the taser prong is the thing I showed you guys in the beginning of the video. It's that part, that long blue part and stuff like that. Taser prong is like, prong is another word, I guess you could say just bullet for a taser and stuff, if people are confused about what that means. Then I'm going to get my two services. First, I'm going to, oh sorry, actually I only need, yeah, never mind, I didn't use the tween services. Wait, no, I did use the tween service. Oh yeah, no, never mind, I'm tripping. Okay, so we're gonna get two services. First, the tween service, you know, for animating the bullet, right? So local ts is equal to game get service, queen service. Then we're going to get the sound service. We can play the sound effects. So local ss is equal to game, get service, sound service, right? And you can skip a line, and then we're going to get our two animations. First, we're going to set up the taser, or the tased fall animation. So local tased fall animation is equal to instance.new animation. This is the animation that's going to play when a player is hit by the taser. They're going to like fall to the ground. It looks really nice. So tased fall animation dot animation ID is equal to quotation marks rbx asset ID colon 2 /. Then here you would put your ID. For me, I'm going to put mine 143977. I got this from the toolbox, so yeah, you guys could really go find it in the toolbox if you want. Just a reminder, these animations are for R15. So if you're using R6, the system will, once again, it'll still work. You just need to find R6 animations. That's all you got to do. Okay, so we have our first one. We can go ahead and copy and paste this. So paste this here, and then we can rename this to stand. This is how the player is going to, stand back up. So we can paste, we can copy that, paste this here. Then, of course, change the animation ID. So 14397808191. Okay. Then we're gonna get into the remote event on the server side. So gun event dot on server event connect function in parentheses. You're gonna put P large for the player. Then of course the event type. Then we're going to send over the tool, the start position, and end position, right? Or POS for short. First, we're going to check the event type. So if event type is equal to shoot, then we are going to, of course, remove one of the ammo, like the current ammo. We're going to like -1 the current ammo. So we're going to do tool. This one not autofill, by the way, so make sure you're typing correctly. So tool, set attribute. Then we're going to do set attribute, quotation marks, ammo, comma, tool, get attribute. We're going to get attribute, we're going to get the current amount of ammo, and we're going to subtract it -1. So -1, boom, right? Then we're going to fire the client, so gun event, fire client, and then we're going to say shoot. Or sorry, we're gonna fire it on this specific player, then put shoot as the event type, right? So that it knows to update the UI. Then I'm going to create some variables. So first things first, we're going to, of course, get our character. So local character is equal to player.character, pretty simple. Then I'm going to get the direction. So local direction is the direction that the bullet will travel in, or the prong, direction is equal to, you can do parentheses and say npos minus start pos dot unit times 200. You guys can mess around with this number as well as the other number I'm about to show you guys. You can mess around with this number, see what you like, but 200 looks works well for me. Times 200. Then I'm going to set up the raycast params. We're going to use raycasting to, of course, use it to how the system is going to work pretty much. So raycast params is equal to raycast params dot new, right? So enter. Then we're gonna go to the next line. I know I was forgetting something. The parentheses. Sorry, I know I was forgetting something. Anyway, so we're going to set the filter type, of course. So raycast params dot filter type. Filter type is equal to enum dot. I need to stop typing so fast. Enum dot filter type, raycast filter type. Then we're going to say exclude, because this is all the things we're going to exclude from the raycast. We want to exclude our character's parts, because obviously we wouldn't want to be able to shoot ourselves. That wouldn't make sense. We wouldn't want to be able to tase ourselves unless your game wants that, unless you want to have that in your game. Raycast params dot filter descendants instances, and we're going to say is equal to special brackets, and we're going to say tool get descendants, right? We're going to do that, and we're going to say comma, and we're going to also get the player's character. So player character, and we're gonna say get descendants, because we don't want it to make contact with the tool part, nor do we don't want it to collide with the tool part, nor do we want it to collide with any of our players characters parts, right? So we can skip 2 lines and we can create the actual raycast. So local raycast is equal to workspace raycast. Then of course we can just fill in all the information. So start POS, direction, and our raycast params. And boom, just like that, we are good to go on that. Then we can go ahead and create our if statement for if the raycast makes contact. So first, if raycast, then we're going to, of course, create the taser prong. We're going to clone it over. So taser prong clone is equal to taser prong clone, right? Then we're going to parent it to, we are going to parent it to the workspace. So that parent is equal to game.workspace. Then we're going to set its position. So taser prong clone dot position is equal to start POS. Then I'm also going to set its C frame so that it's facing the right direction. So taser prong dot clone dot C frame is equal to C frame dot new. Then of course I'm going to put start POS comma start POS plus tool. Let me see, tool. Let me think. Tool. I remember. Tool dot middle dot C frame dot look vector. There we go. Right. Then we're gonna set up the duration for the tween. So local duration is equal to quotation mark. Parentheses. NPOS minus start POS dot magnitude. This time we're doing magnitude instead of unit. Divide that by 1,000. You guys can once again change this number, play around with the numbers, see whatever you get what you like and stuff like that. So you can mess around with the numbers, right? Then I'm going to set up the tween. So local call it taser tween, I guess. Yeah, taser tween. You can say local taser tween is equal to ts create. Then the instance, of course, would be the taser prong clone. Make sure you do taser prong clone, not taser prong. Then we're going to set up the tween info, so tween info dot new. And for time, we're going to put duration, right? Then for the easing style, I recommend quad or cubic and stuff, up to you guys, but I recommend quad or cubic. I'm gonna go with cubic actually, right? And then for the easing direction, of course, we're going to keep doing that. And of course, we're going to go without, right? Then for the properties we're modifying, we're going to use a special brackets to create a property table, and we're going to say position is equal to NPOS because that's where we want it to, end. Then we are going to play the tween. So taser, where is it? Taser tween play, and we're also going to play the taser sound effect. So ss dot taser play, right? And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up another if statement. This is for the if statement for when we make contact with the player. We're almost done, guys. God knows, been a lot of scripting. So if raycast dot instance dot parent find first child in quotation marks, but humanoid. You would say humanoid, right? To make sure it is either a NPC or a player. Humanoid. Then we're going to get the enemy's character. So local enemy character is equal to raycast dot instance dot parent, right? Then of course we're going to set up the tased fall track. This is the animation track that's going to play when the player is tased and they fall to the ground. So local tased fall track is equal to enemy character dot humanoid. Make sure you type this correctly because this will not autofill. Load animation tased fall animation, right? And then from there you guys can play the track. So tased fall track play. Then we're gonna use a wait. We're gonna wait let's say 8.8 seconds, right? Then I'm going to use two for IV and pair loops, right, to anchor the parts and set can't collide to true so that the player does not fall through the map. I don't know why for some reason R15 by default is can't collide is set the off for like everything except for the humanoid root part. I don't understand, but anyway. For IV in pairs, right, we're going to get the enemy character's part. So enemy character, make sure you're doing enemy character and not your character. Get children, right? And then we're going to say if V is a mesh part, right? Or V is, this will ensure that this will work on R6 and R15. Like I said, all you gotta do is just change the animation stuff. This will ensure that. Or part, we're gonna have an and v.name is equal to not humanoid root part because we don't want to change anything there, right? We don't want to change anything there. So then we're going to anchor it. So v.anchored is equal to true, and we're going to set can't collide equal to false. So v can't collide is equal to true, right? Then we're gonna go on the outside, right? And we're going to, yeah, just go like after 2 ends. We're gonna do wait about 2 seconds. Now here's where this is important. This 2 seconds, this is the duration of how long the player will be on the ground and, you know, stunned or tased. So if you want them to be there for like 5 seconds, you would put 5. If you want them to be like a second, put 1. That's simple, right? Then I'm gonna do the same thing. You guys can honestly copy and paste this. You can really just, yeah, just copy and paste this. Control C, Control V, and then simply you can remove the can collide part. You're just gonna change the anchored part. So set this to false. Then on the outside once again, and then we are going to set up the stand up track. So for the player, so that the player can stand up. So we can do local tased stand track is equal to enemy character dot humanoid colon load animation, then stand tase stand animation, then tase stand animation, tase stand track play, right? Then I'm gonna go say about right here. Then I'm gonna use an else if, right? Or you guys could really just do this. You could really just do this, then just press enter right here. But yeah, so we're gonna say else if event type is equal to reload, because we set up the shoot, but we didn't set up the reload function on the server side. We're gonna say tool set attribute. We're gonna set the current ammo equal to the maximum ammo. Then we're gonna do tool get, oh sorry, let me do that. Tool get attribute max ammo, right? And then last thing I'm gonna do is fire it back to the client side. So gun event, fire client back to player, and then we're gonna say reload. Boom, we are done, guys. We are done. Okay, we can go ahead and test this. If anything's wrong, I'll figure it out. And yeah. Anyway, as always, if you guys want access to the script or model, you guys can become a channel member by pressing the join button next to the subscribe button. Stuff you guys can look in the description for more information about that. If you want access to this script or model, if you want script or model, it don't really matter to me, or any of my other scripts or models, you guys can become a channel member or become a Discord server member. It doesn't really matter. Like Discord premium member, I should say. But yeah, so if I do that, boom, the player falls to the ground. Then wait, they're gonna get back up. They kind of do like a little backflip. Then I can reload it and stuff. They kind of do like a little backflip type of thing. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of weird, not gonna lie, but I mean, it is what it is though, right? So, oh, I just realized that, oh, there's no reload sound. Okay, guys, I forgot one thing. Let's head back over to the local script, and then let's go back to the reload function. Yeah, right here. I forgot one thing. So after we set the reload variable, right? We're gonna actually no, right before the wait. Yeah, right here. We're gonna play the reload sound. So script dot reload play. That's just the one thing I forgot. So yeah. But anyway, if I click play, yeah, everything should be good and stuff. Like I said, it does a little weird, like that's smooth, and then like there's kind of like a backflip. You guys see it's weird, but like the point is though, he gets back on his feet. It does like a kind of like action movie type of, you know, type of front flip type of thing. But yeah, works well and stuff. Like I said, if you guys want access to the script or model, you guys can become a channel member by pressing the join button next to the subscribe button. Thank you guys for all the love and support you guys been showing. We're almost to 1,500 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Shout out to my 3 channel members as well as my 1 Discord premium member. I appreciate all of y'all stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank y'all for watching.